I wish my hair was like 4 inches longer. Just a little longer. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree? Or do you disagree? Sometimes I want to cut my hair. Like I've been changing my profile picture. Actually, my YouTube profile picture. I like that haircut. But I was also probably about 10 pounds lighter there. And I plan on getting back there real soon. However, I kind of like the haircut when I don't weigh 7,000 pounds. Alright, first things first. Just want to get this out of the way just in case you didn't see the last one at the end or watch it to the end. I'm asking something of you guys, and I don't feel obligated, but it would be great if you could. I'm trying to track how many people are actually watching these videos, and I'm discovering that there's more people watching than is actually subscribed, because I'm getting emails and comments and so on and so forth. And so if you watch this on a regular basis, if you could do me a favor, if you want to just log in and just subscribe. That way I know I can kind of judge it. Even if you only watch it once a week, like, it'd be kind of neat to know, just gauge, because it hasn't moved at all, my subscribers. And I'm not crying or whining about that. I don't, like I've always said, if there's one person watching, I'm still going to do, I'm going to do this anyway. For my kids to see in the future, or, just, to have fun with it too. Obviously on the road to 40. But nonetheless, I just like to gauge it. So if there's anybody who watches this relatively regularly that hasn't subscribed, it'd be great if you could. No biggie if you can't. Anybody else there that thinks they might know somebody who would enjoy watching this aging, middle-aged man just talk about crap all night, pass it along. It's the smile movement. We're moving towards one smile a day for everybody, at least. Join the party. The next thing, and this was a great idea. I hadn't thought of this. I've been, in the back of my head, I was kind of hoping, like, I could get people in on this and, kind of sit with me and talk. Like, I kind of moved this back a little bit today, for example. So I can actually kind of get back. I don't know how I'll probably have to play with the volume. But I'm thrilled. I've got this really opened up now. So I could do, actually I had kind of set this up. I was going to put something nice, like some flowers on it or something. I think I might be a little more light the more and more I look at this. I've got, obviously, the one coming down here. And the one right here. Maybe I just got to aim it up or something. I don't know. I won't bug you with that for now. I want to thank Mr. Kyle Dole for coming up with a great idea. He started talking about having people come on, and I've always wanted to do that, but, there's not a lot of people around here that I think would be into, like, sitting just talking. Well, no, that's not true. Maybe I'll bring it up to the band this weekend, because I think Vic would be interested in just sitting and talking. He could talk. He can tell a story. He's a good writer. I don't think he's got anything on here. He's on Facebook, though. Vic Sizemore. He's a friend of mine, so if you want to read any of his stuff, just friend him or whatever. But Kyle, he had this idea. Why not Skype? You can get screen capture software that'll record it, or you can get picture-in-picture software. But then I thought, or he thought, I think, Google Hangouts, the multi-hangout thing. If I could get like 2 or 3 people from back home, I'd love to. I sent an email to some good friends of mine back home today that I used to play D&D with. Sometimes my tongue just gives up. And I thought it would be a stupid good time for you to be able to meet these people that I talk about from time to time. And also just, God, if Corey ever decided to do his own channel, I would just have to quit, because it would be so, hilarious. It would be awesome. I could see him doing this, and I would watch it every night. If he did one, I would totally be into that, because I miss him. I miss people back home. It would be nice to, see more people. But Kyle came up with this idea, and then I started thinking about it. So we started talking about it for a little while on the Facebooks. And I thought, we could do a studio night where like anybody who has ever been to the studio, we go on Google, we do this group chat thing, we can have all these webcams set up and just hang out. Like, I mean, I know you guys can hang out, but I don't get to hang out. So this is kind of a personal video. So this goes out to my old friends in Massachusetts. If anybody feels like Skyping or appearing on here, I would love it. I would love like to do like a 15-minute, half-hour video, whatever, or just hang out. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's just something I was thinking. But Kyle brought this up, and he's like, on your big episodes, your 50s, your 100s, your 200s, your 300s, yeah. Do something like that. Like have somebody come on. So, hey, if you want to come hang out for a few days, there's 2 young boys that'll drive you crazy. There's a teenager who will sulk when you tell her to do something. And, yeah, and then there's us, Carol and I. And so if you want to come on the show, let me know. It'll be a good time. Yeah, we get to hang out. Show you all my haunts here in the Berg. Down in Lynchburg, Virginia. Oh, yeah. I went to a voice acting class about a year ago. It was just one free one that they offered in town. And it was fun, to talk to the guy. Like, he, actually, I don't think he was huge. He hadn't done a lot of things I'd heard of. There was a few things, though, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I'm like, and he just goes around, obviously trying to get business for his school. But, all things considered, I don't think they're in it for the money, necessarily. Because they did call after on they called Friday. They said, what do you think about the information? And they said, I talked to the guy that was in the class or another guy, and he said, well, let me talk to, I can't remember his name, Mark, and see if we can go any lower on it or something like that. And obviously this is something that feels worked up, like they're going to call me back with like a half price offer, and I'm going to be like, oh my god, that's a crazy deal. But then you realize these classes are in New York, they're once a week, sometimes twice a week. Like, I can't do that. So, but then again, I don't know. See, things like that scare me. Like, I'm worried about 20 years from now looking back on this moment and being like, man, if you'd taken that chance, it was only $600 or $800, maybe it would have opened up another door or something like that. Because I like doing voices, and I if you look at my resume, on Monster or wherever it's posted, I have no idea. Actually, I have down MC for Gibbons Books because so often, like on a Saturday or something like that, to drum up business, I'll just come up with like some kind of crazy sale on the fly. It's not often. I do it maybe like once every 6 months or so. And I get approval from the owner. I'm like, hey, can I do a Star Wars sale? Like May the 4th is coming up, so May the 4th be with you. I think we did like 20% off any Star Wars item. I just called it out in the store. And then we changed it up, and one other week it'd be something crazy. But I always, I will talk for a long time over the intercom just to watch people's reactions. It's one of the best things. If you work at a store that they let you use the intercom, one day, just throw your inhibitions to the wind and just go crazy on this mic. Just say silly things. I mean, keep it within reason, especially if there's kids in the store and stuff. But it's fun to be like, paging Mr. Herman, paging Mr. Herman. I do that at least twice a week, just to look around and see if anybody picks up that that's Pee-wee's Big Adventure. And when somebody does, you've made a connection with some guy who's in the Drowsy a week. Oh, it was, I think it was my friend Vinny. He comes in with his daughter every now and again, and she does the 24 game tournament thingy, so they go back and play. And I said it, and I remember it might not have been that. It might have been a Ghostbusters reference, I think, where he popped up. And I said it, and it was just immediate, because that's what I was looking for. Because whoever makes the connection go, Mr. Venkman, can you come to the front, please? Yeah, Ecto 1's ready to go. And then just wait. It's awesome. It's fun. And I'm lucky that it's fun to have the job I have. I really like working there and having that freedom. I mean, there's a lot more things I'd rather be doing. I mean, it is what it is. But at least I work with people I really enjoy working with. And I make a decent living. You know, I mean, it's not anything to write home about, but it's the best you can expect from a locally owned business. Like, I don't want to say the best, because I'm sure we could work out something better. But it's fun. It's fun to get paid, to go into work and enjoy the people you work with, enjoy hanging out, and you got a coffee shop in your store. Like, that's fun. Just, I could really go for a coffee. I'm pretty beat. My 3-hour shift's really wearing me down. But it also affords me, you know, the time to be home with the kids and stuff. But anywho, so yeah, if anybody wants to hang out online on an online chat or something sometime, we might have to, maybe we can set something up. I need to test the software anywhere that I have to see if I can capture it properly, because I don't want to degrade the quality of what I'm already putting up just to do it. But I could probably actually take that software and put it in a picture-in-picture software so I can actually do a voiceover or something. I don't know. I just think it'd be something different to do. You guys get to meet the people I'm talking about. And I've got a some app on my phone that updates on scores and stuff like that for baseball. I haven't really been keeping track of the Red Sox this year, but it doesn't seem like they're doing so good. Every time I look, I'm like, they lose by a botched call or this, that, the other. Poor guy. Doesn't seem like I can catch a break. Sucks. I really have nothing else written for tonight. Last night went really well. I think the first video tonight went really well. Sometimes I would just like to refresh Facebook or whatever I'm on. But we're already at 12 minutes. Yikes. I really drew out those stories. So what about AC/DC? I've never been a huge fan of AC/DC. You know, there are a few songs that I like. Or at least have stuck with me. You know what I mean? Some of their big hits. I'm not like somebody who's ever gone out and bought an AC/DC album. I don't know. Angus Young and who's the singers? I just never liked his voice, which is weird because I liked Axl Rose. I think it was Axl's control and he had I think he could get a lot higher in the pitch. I have a terrible sleep disorder. It's called reading. I wish I had that problem. Celebrate Holy Week by flogging a banker. It's what Jesus would do. Nothing going on the Facebook. Nothing of interest. Nothing I want to talk about, at least. It's always fun to check it out. Let's check out the news. Let's see. I'm going to let you know what's going on with the world. Choppers and bullet holes. Boston shootout still haunt suburb. Yeah, that must have been pretty scary, huh? Imagine living there and all of a sudden just helicopters and SWAT teams and military and just everybody, whoever's available, just moving in to make sure they get this guy. Yeah. I haven't heard a lot about him ever since he got arrested for it. Was there a trial yet? Or is he still? I'm sure he didn't get any bail. It's messed up. Kids these days killing each other. Killing their mothers, killing their fathers. Ain't no good. Let's smile. Come on. Stop worrying about red and blue and left and right. Conservative, Republican. Just stop it. Let's all just hang out. Smile. Laugh and giggle. Watch a few movies. Dance in the rain. Oh, to dance in the rain. It was raining today, and it was warm for about 5 minutes. I was cooking for the kids at the time, and I couldn't run outside, and it was the first rain of the year that I was like, this would be a nice rain to go out in. And it only rained for like 5 minutes, and it was done. See, sometimes you just gotta take the pan off the burner and run outside. I think you do. Wish I had a gas stove. What are you gonna do? Well, I guess I'm gonna call this one. Let me check the pulse. That works. That works. I am beat. I will be probably back with a review or a top 10 or something, because every night I've done 3. The third one's usually a short one, but maybe I'll just come up with a joke. I'll find a joke online. There's a chair, and it's walking down the road, and then it dances. There's a chair. What was that? That was, the Bo Rat. That was from the show. Could I tell a joke? There's a chair, and it's wearing a hat, and it dances, or something. And the person he's with is just like, not knowing when the punchline was there. The show always made me laugh. That was a good show. Movies, eh. I liked him in just about everything I've seen him in. I mean, I liked him in Ricky Bobby. It's the NASCAR movie with Will Ferrell. I don't know. It made me laugh. Normally, no, I guess sometimes that humor gets to me. I like Will Ferrell. I think he made the movie. Personally. I know a lot of people would disagree and just say it was just a rehash. I don't know. I liked it. And if you like it, then that's all that matters. So, you know what? It's just a lesson for, if anybody knows him, Rich Marini. You know what? It's all your opinion, man. You might think it's the worst thing you've ever heard. Someone else might love it. It doesn't make it bad or good. He enjoys it. You don't. Who cares if it sucks or if it's good? Stop it! Stop it, you children. The bickering must stop. If you like it, good. Rich Marini. I see he's spelling it R-I-C-H again. Just signing some glossies down here. You know how it is, the fans. Alright. Go to bed. Go to bed. Do your best to make somebody smile tomorrow, alright? And I will see you on episode 29. We got a long road ahead. This is going to be fun. What are we going to talk about for the next year? Oh, glorious things. You know what I realized too? I don't have to make up the 19 days because my birthday's February 28th. I was thinking it started January. I was going to start January 1st, which I should have done. It would have been better. But I don't have to make up that month. So even though I did some vlogs in January, they don't necessarily count. They're almost like pre-show. It's almost like the prequels, but good. All right, have a good night, folks, and I will see you next time on the road to 40.